Hello and welcome back. Once again, it's time for the golden age of DC Comics 365 days, where I am going through this well-loved hardcover coffee table book given to me by one of my best friends about 2 decades ago. It's been surfing my coffee table ever since, and it's a great source of conversation, the kind we used to have in the old comic book shop. And I miss those talks, and I love comic books, and I love histories, and I love magazine publications, and this got everything going on for me as conversation topics. So I'm going to share this with you here and now on my channel. We're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. You can tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern and find out. But the golden age of DC Comics runs from 1938 until 1955, the Silver Age from 1956 to 1970. I'm a Bronze Age baby. 1970 to 1985 is the Bronze Age, and I believe the nomenclature is referred to as the Copper Age, beginning in 1985. And I'd like to talk more about that and the current age of comics, of which we're in right now. This is an Abrhams publishing book from 2004. Written, curated, and assembled by Les Daniels, Chip Kidd, and Geoff Spear. There's a link in the description to the Amazon page if you want to buy your own copy. I think it's still less than $20, and it makes a great addition to any coffee table. It's contributed to many a good conversation, and we're continuing that. And this is great. But today is May the 15th, and we're talking today about Zatara. Zatara, the Master Magician. This is art by Fred Gardner. This is from Action Comics number 18, November of 1939. Remember that Zatara's magic words are he says things backwards. And that's his magic power. He can do things, make things happen using magic, but he has to say it backwards. And that's a cool thing to have in a voice bubble on a comic book. And, along with Shazam being another magic word. Magic was huge. Magic shows, magicians. This is the 1940s we're talking about. The golden age in America. I mean, that there was a day and age of master magicians, stagecraft, sawing the assistant in half, pulling the bunny from the top hat, the magic wand. But let's read the blurb, and then we'll look at the art some more, and then we're going to get into a dirty joke. Yeah. Zatara, the master magician who got his start alongside Superman in the first issue of Action Comics, was capable of some pretty nifty tricks, but sometimes he seemed to be losing his grip. In this adventure, Zatara accompanies Queen Sedap, who has found a map showing the location of Atlantis. A ruffian named Barnacle Will shows up, quote, or in parentheses, presumably inspired by the obscene folk song Barnacle Bill the Sailor, end parenthesis, and demands the map, convinced it will lead him to buried treasure. This is Barnacle Will demanding the map. Zatara responds with one of his backward spells. Barnacle Will, you are a map yourself. This is the surreal result, not really ironic or otherwise appropriate, but just plain odd. Barnacle Will turns into a map. So yeah, you would hear it say something like, I have one written down here from the wiki. Oye Ero one ni yim rewap. You are now in my power. Giovanni John Zatara. Yeah, and you might also know his daughter, Zatanna, the magician of the Justice League of America. And I remember Zatara's death. It was in an issue of Swamp Thing. It was John Constantine was involved. John Constantine is another magician, a very, big magician of the DC fictional universes, and kind of like the anti-hero, and known for being known for getting his friends killed. But apparently when he was a young learning magician, he learned a thing or two from Zatara and seduced his daughter, his young teenage daughter, Zatanna. So when years later, when there's a huge, the Great Darkness was coming, not the Great Darkness, but it was literally the darkness, one of the many darknesses out there. Constantine got a table together of, and they had all of the magicians, and Sargon the sorcerer. Was it Sargon the sorcerer? I'm pretty sure it was Sargon. Yeah, it was Sargon. Yeah, they were, and Zatara burst into flames because they were, like, you know, holding hands and had to keep the magic circuit connected, or if they broke the circuit, the spell would have been, you know, for naught, and the darkness would have won. So they sacrificed two of their own to win the day, and one of them was Zatara. And so Zatanna now kind of hated Constantine already doubly, not just for like loving and leaving her, but for getting her father killed. Yeah. And yeah, what are my show notes say? Yeah, just it's Zatara. It's one of the original magicians of the DCU, the DC universe. And let's look at this Barnacle Bill the Sailor thing. It's an American drinking song adapted from Bollocky Bill the Sailor, a traditional song originally titled Abraham Brown. The history, there are several versions of the bawdy song, B-A-W-D-Y. That means ribaldry, blue comedy. My Spanish friends say, "Tu tiene ojos verde." You have green eyes, meaning you're leering, you're using, if it was male intended, it would probably be fraught with the male gaze and problematic objectification and sexualization. But those are just like the modern word salads that gets tossed together. But there are several versions of the bawdy song in the Library of Congress Folklife Archive. The earliest known versions are from 1928. There was a version recorded in 1930, and an example of the lyrics. Although versions differ in their content, Barnacle Bill is structured as an exchange between Bill and a fair young maiden. Each verse opens with inquiries by the maiden and continues with Bill's response. And this version is credited to, that guy Anonymous. He writes a lot of stuff. And it appears in Immortalia, 1927. "Who is knocking at my door?" said the fair young maiden. "Who is knocking at my door?" said the fair young maiden. Open the door and let me in," said Bollocky Bill the Sailor. I don't know if this is the tempo or the beat, but "You may sleep upon the floor," said the fair young maiden. "To hell with the floor, I can't beep that," said Bollocky Bill. "You may lie down at my side," said the fair young maiden. "To hell with your sides, I can't that." And it goes on and on and on, where it ends with never no more, you dirty whore," said Bollocky Bill the Sailor. "Whenever shall I see you?" said the fair young maid. And maybe sing it like how my Game of Thrones audiobooks by Roy Dotrice, and sing it like Patchface. "Whenever shall I see you?" said the fair young maiden. "Whenever shall I see you?" said the fair young maiden. "Never no more, you dirty whore," said Bollocky Bill the Sailor. "But never no more, you dirty whore," said Bollocky Bill the Sailor. How was that? Give me F's in the chat for if you want an encore. I'm kidding. But yeah, that's what happened to Barnacle Will the Sailor. He got turned into a map with a magic word from Zatara, the magician. And today, that's been today on the golden age of DC Comics. It's been it's May the 16th, and no, it's May the 15th. And yeah, learn to read. And yeah, reading is fundamental. And I'm reading this book with you, and it's really fun. And I hope you're doing awesome. And I hope you understand and can lose yourself into a story if for a few moments, in every day, just to, get a respite from all the worries in your life and of the world. To just be spirited away to a place, an ideal place. Of heroes and monsters and problem solving, and of outright power fantasies, and of fun, and of mischief, and of magic, and I hope that for you. God bless. And this has been the Golden Age of DC Comics, 365 days, where we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. We'll figure out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. I make daily content, and I'd like to earn your subscription. I love these coffee table talks, this coffee table book. What goes better with coffee table talks and books is great coffee. And your company. So pull up a chair and grab a cuppa. You're welcome to sit down. We talk about comic books every day. I'm a professional chef. I share with you cooking hacks. There's the What's Cooking playlist. I'm also a spiritual guy, an amateur theologian, and an ordained minister. And hashtag lighten up. It's about enlightenment and how spirituality can positively contribute to your daily life. So tune in, please. It's gratitude lists and Sunday sermons. It's a playlist. Check it out. And thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you and the time that we spent here today. God bless, good luck, namaste, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.